Hello violin players, welcome to Pro Am Strings. I'm Henriette and this lesson is all about the D minor arpeggio. And compared with what we've done in previous lessons, you'll find this one pleasantly easy to play, I hope. However, I'm going to take you through step by step, right from scratch, until by the end of this lesson, hopefully you should be able to play this arpeggio as you would play it in your grade exam. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Take a look at the arpeggio in your scale book and you will find that it has one flat, the B flat in its key signature, but the B flat actually doesn't appear as a note in your arpeggio, so we can forget about that and not worry about it. What we do need to think about, however, is that there is an F natural, so the second finger on the D string is close to the first finger, and you might just practice this with me playing D1, 2, so you know exactly where the second finger is going to go. So here's your D, normal first finger, and then the second finger comes right next to this first finger. So let's now play the arpeggio from the beginning. And D, F, A, 3 fingers on A, and hold it here for a moment because we need to just check the tuning of this note. This note is called a D, the third finger on A, and you can check it with the D string. Third finger is in the right place. It should blend in precisely with this open D string. If you sound like this, it does not fit in, so you need to adjust your finger, in this case lower it a little bit. Equally, if you're a little bit too flat and you sound like this, oh, that's horrible. Hoist up your finger so that it blends in really nicely. You know our normal routine in this series of videos that we're going to play with accompaniment now, and we're going to go really slowly and play this arpeggio twice over. So just before the final note we'll go back to the beginning and give it another go, and we'll play this with piano accompaniment with the aim of you placing your fingers so that they blend in exactly with the sound of the piano, and that helps your intonation. So let's practice that, shall we? Let's get ready and test your second finger on D. Hover it above the spot where you're going to play it, and here we go. 1, 2, 3. Lovely job. I'd like to practice that again, but before we play that, I want you to think how it went this last playing. Did you play every note spot on in tune? Very, very good. In which case you want to do exactly the same thing. But it might well be that you played one note and you thought, no, it doesn't quite blend in as I would have hoped. And that is good when that happens, because it makes you think about your tuning a little bit more. So let's think about which finger that was where you weren't as happy, and also then think as well, what do you need to do to make it better? Did you need to make that finger higher, or did you need to make that finger lower? And it may well be that you have no idea, that you don't know whether it was too flat or too sharp. In which case, just pick one, a random one, and on our next playing, we'll check if that has improved it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's play our fingers, D1, 2. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. again, was that an improvement? I'm hoping, of course, the answer is yes, but it may well be that you think, no, actually something else went wrong now. And it's up to you now to identify if you can work out what it was that went wrong. Maybe your bowing wasn't as even, or maybe your notes were still a little bit out of tune. So let's play it one more time and see if we can fix that. 1, 2, 3. Awesome, well done. Now I think that you have made considerable progress in this short space of time. So let's move along now and let's think about the letter names of the notes that you're playing. Your first note is called D, then the next note is called F, then an A, and then your top note is a D. And I think that it is a good idea to memorize your notes D, F, A, D rather than thinking D, 2, A, 3. There's much less of a structure to it compared with D, F, A, D. So learn the letter names off by heart if you can. And I'm thinking that by now you will be able to play this hopefully off by heart. So let's now go and make that transition to playing it only once, because that is how you will play this arpeggio in your exam. And let's see if we can shout out the letter names while you play it. After 3. 1, 2, 3. D, F, A, D. Okay, this time let's play it with your eyes closed and make sure you use long bows. 1, 2, 3. People, that feels really strange. Well done if you managed that. Now this time we're going to add some more expression to our arpeggio, and what I'd like you to do is not only use long bows but make them more intense as you play towards the top note. So strong crescendo through this arpeggio. 2, 3. Really good. And now you're at a good level of playing. You're expressive. You play this like you perform this. So we're doing it one more time, and this time I want you to listen out to all the individual notes, and I want you to make them all even and of the same quality. So we have to always be very careful that not one note drops below the level of quality of all the other notes. So listen out for that. Here we go. And fantastic, really well done. So you've made excellent progress with this arpeggio, and I'm just wondering if you have retained all the scales and arpeggios that we've learned so far. So let's have a little test here at the end of this lesson like we usually do, and I'm wondering if you could play me an F major scale slurred. So an F major scale, let's think for a moment about its key signature. Can you remember what it was like? An F major scale has that B flat as well, hasn't it? Let's find the F and let's play the scale slurred. 1, 2. Now can you play a C major arpeggio? C, E, G are your letter names, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's play a G minor arpeggio now. G, B flat, D, G are your letter names. 1, 2, 3. And finally, let's play a D minor scale, separate bows. D minor scale, separate bows. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... Wow! I am in awe of you if you managed that. Now, if you didn't quite manage it today, that's okay, because we haven't finished this course yet, and this is a process in which you are involved. So whenever you missed one or two, or maybe all of them, go back and check on the other videos again. And you'll very soon find that you are beginning to integrate all the scales and arpeggios, because it's quite a thing to be able to play one thing, but then it's quite something different to be able to combine it with other scales and arpeggios. So you're well on your way. Please don't be disheartened if you find that very, very tricky, because it is, and the grade 2 scales are notoriously difficult. I'm just so grateful that you're sticking with me on this course and you're learning all the time, and that is what is important to me. So I look forward to seeing you again very soon. And before we're going to move on to the other scales that we still have left to learn, we're going to think about this idea of combining all the scales and arpeggios a little bit more in our next lesson. I look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.